When I first became an artist, as you know, in '86, I remarked that people, when I said I was an artist, most people, it's either painter or sculptor. So I'm neither. The world that I'm dreaming of and I'm creating is a world where we're all artists. We have that creativity. We know what our path is. It's truly the essence of who we are. When I was doing my work in the river, I always describe it as a little bubble that came into my cupped hands with water, and it burst and this little word appeared. And this little word artist happened kind of like that. My becoming an artist really came from my heart. Every fiber of my being, that my past now was to find the spiritual in art in our time. When I realized the pollution, what was happening to the earth, I just saw this performance I would do every month. I didn't know at the time it would be 7 years that I would do as a ritual. I never documented much my work. I learned over the years, trusting my intuition. For me, it was a real deep prayer, and it was listening to the river and many levels of interaction and writing. It talked to me in such a deep way. I'm just here, a witness. So there's an ongoing performance here. If you observe ritual in many traditions, the placement, the attention, holding, in a piece of paper you have sun, the wind, the earth, the water, you have everything. River, it felt, was very present and giving me gifts, not the trash that you find everywhere. Little white Mary Jane shoes that were there, obviously had been forgotten there, so they became a symbol for me. I used them in performances. The Santa Fe River often doesn't have water. Being able to walk in a river without water is a very profound experience. It's very sad, whereas life, but on the other hand, you still feel the energy of the earth and the water. And the river seemed to push me away and say, your work is complete, 7 years. More and more artists, activists, performers looking for actions that can maybe touch people in a different way. So whether you call it art or activism or performance or all these terms, my use and my interest in the spiritual in art is what is the spiritual in art in our time, which is where I think what we are specifically connected about, the environmental art, the eco-art. It's beyond painting now, even though there are still wonderful painters still finding a language. As Kandinsky himself said, each period produces an art that reflects its time.